And that's the start of another 45 minutes.
Galatasaray really need to go and grab another goal now, Peter, if they're going to go on and secure this.
Mbappe. Can he get it through? Mohamed Salah gets into a good position. Gets his head on it! He has done it! They are right back in business.
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
It's a mighty effort! Oh, wonderful! What a goal! A finish of true class! And that is what they came to see, what they demanded to see. His first. It was wonderfully efficient.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and...
Oh no, this does not look good. Davids. In with the challenge. Great vision. Nedved. That's the keeper's ball. That pass has been well intercepted. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? And the counter is on. And this is Del Piero.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
That's going to go a long way. Now, he's got space here. That has not gone well. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Thinks one through. The less said about that pass, the better. Tries to pass it through. Busquets. Looking to play him in. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. It's a pretty loose pass. Can he get on the end of this? And this is Messi. He's got away. Chance, surely! And yes, it's there! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. And that was as close to certain as can be.
Such a smart finish, and the setup was very good too, but defensively, they didn't cover themselves in glory here.
2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done. Galatasaray take a 2-goal lead and are looking good for the win.
Well, this is nothing less...
Real chance!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And here's Berbatov. Del Piero. Bastoni. Just a quarter of an hour to play. Busquets. And this is Messi. Galatasaray looking to pass their way through. That is ended up in no man's land. Looks to the other side. Plays a sharp little ball here. Brilliantly cut out. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Not the most accurate pass. Now, can they get him away? Palestine can breathe again, just.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
That's gone all the way through to the keeper. Zanetti, always on the lookout for any signs of danger. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. And he was quick to react. Mbappe. Busquets, given the lift of his goal. That is a great pick out. Pass is just off target. And that was very necessary.
Substitution.
Nedved, looking for options for movement. Oh, that's beautifully weighted. Roberto Carlos. Time added on will be 2 minutes. Shoots! And with that, the final whistle. Galatasaray can reflect on a job really well done. Superior tactically, physically and mentally, all round the better side. It turned into a very, very smooth ride. Berbatov picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there. noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. A fabulous show of vivid colour and vocal cords. The new look Camp Nou at its best. And as you can see, we've already started here.
Alessandro Costacurta, he doesn't have what you'd call a classic centre-back's physique, does he?
No, but his game is never really about athleticism, power and the physical stuff. He never has to let it be.
Yeah, it's interesting because he's still become considered one of the greatest defenders of his time. How's that?
Well, it's characteristics like leadership, his class, his tenacity. He's nigh on perfect reading of the game and all done with immaculate discipline.
Well, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. He's in a good position here. Messi finds himself. Whistle's gone and the referee has given a penalty. So a big chance now from 12 yards. The major moment in the game. 1-0, never any doubt. A time for a cool head, and that is precisely what he showed.
Should we have ever doubted him? Cool as you like.
Barcelona finding themselves unexpectedly behind. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now it's Mbappe. He's found a way through. Good read, needed to be. And here's the chance to counter. So just one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Messi. Galatasaray do have a chance to counter here. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Raul. De Bruyne. Played out wide.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
Yeah, and it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blanket suffocation. Every single player is committed to the press, and there's simply no way out.
Zanetti. Messi. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Nicely weighted ball. Oh, perfectly measured that. That's the keeper's ball. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Busquets. That has ended up in no man's land. Davids.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Lizarazu. Pass somewhat off target. Mbappe. It's Roberto Carlos. Branthwaite. That has been cut short.
This is the time you need that pace.
Davids. Pass is just off target.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Davids. Davids. Busquets does well to get it back. Lizarazu cuts it out. And again, they run up against stubborn defending. Now it's Messi. And Messi! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. Davids.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Can he get on the end of this? Branthwaite gets across to intercept that.
Galatasaray can certainly afford to see this half out now and reset during the break.
Nicely spread. Batistuta. And that was nowhere near his best. Oh, good read.
Looking for options for movement. Roberto Carlos. Van Nistelrooy.
Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
Stood up well to him there. Roberto Carlos. Foot in. Busquets. And it's Zanetti. Now it's Messi. Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it. And it's De Bruyne. Bastoni. And the referee brings the first half to a close. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
It's just been exhilarating, Peter, and leaving everyone wishing for a little bit more, but you'll have one manager now trying to exercise more control, so we can only hope that they go at it again in similar fashion.
Galatasaray go in at half-time with a slender one-goal lead.
Se va a realizar un cambio de jugadores.
There's the start of the second half.
Galatasaray really need to go and grab another goal now, Peter, if they're going to go on and secure this.
Galatasaray different to some extent this half. Details of the changes to come soon.
Well, I think this is probably a good time, Peter, to make ambitious change.
And here's Raul. And they've got rid. They've gone for a throw-in. Bastoni, he shifted it to the flank. Some resolute defending there. Intercepts the throw, that's well read. Well, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. Davids. Roberto Carlos. Engages and forces him off the ball. Mbappe showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. That has not gone well. It'll be a throw-in.
Galatasaray couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting through.
That's good pressing, squeezing the play. Galatasaray are still that goal to the good. Now it's Messi. And it's Roberto Carlos. Aimed beyond the defence. Costa Curta. Davids. Threads one in. Knocks it into space. Now it's Raul. Just about up to the hour now. Messi. Well, that is one way to stop him. Batistuta! Now, who's going to be first to this?
Barcelona really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
This is a really front-footed approach.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
That's a nicely shaped ball.
And the shot! And it's in!
And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
And he's done it again. He's got his second. Galatasaray are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
Let's a look and place it forward. Oh, well played. Galatasaray still have the cards to affect this game. Messi. Zanetti. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Not the most accurate pass. Mbappe receives it in a good position here. Half an hour gone in the second half. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Well, we expected better, and so did he. Now it's Mbappe. Oh, cracking ball. Barcelona needed that. They really needed it.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern. It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Leading by 2 and the finishing line in sight. And he's in on goal. Terrific header. Yes! And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff. He watched it all the way, and the finish was unearned. And that's it. And that's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin. A very good evening to you all.
Se ha encontrado una llaves de coche con un modelo en forma de bota de fútbol. Se ruega a su propietario que se ponga en contacto con algún empleado del estadio.
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. So it's down to business here. What an impressive figure Oliver Kahn cuts.
Yeah, they call him the Titan, Peter, and the reasons are fairly obvious. As personalities go, we're talking big.
As close as you get to goalkeeping perfection. And here's Mbappe. That is ended up in no man's land. Can he get it through? Can he get on the end of this? Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Pass is just off target. Oh, terrible pass. And a chance! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different.
Substituição no time do Brasil.
Brazil with the corner. They're first.
Sai para a entrada do jogador, camisa 21.
Galatasaray are looking to go forward now.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
And it's Davids. Now, can they get him away? And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Roberto Carlos. Mbappe. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Mbappe. Galatasaray still without a single shot on target. Oh, perfectly measured that. It's an inviting looking ball, that. Oh, that's a key interception.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Messi, a player who needs no introduction. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. It's a promising position. And he's there to clear it. Davids, Messi, and he's worked it through. Van Dijk kept his eye on it, and he's there. Not the most accurate pass.
That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable here.
Davids. Looking for the run. Good challenge. Excellent challenge. Saliba. Well seen. Saw that coming. Now it's Kakatani. Plenty to aim at here. Araujo did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Nicely worked. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Roberto Carlos is offering some sort of an apology there.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. And he's whipped to the big header! Oh, should really have made more of that.
Yeah, that was really sharp. That kind of delivery can play havoc with defences.
Messi with the short one. And here's Mbappe. And now they can spring out of defence. Oh, easy pickings there. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Zanetti. He's got plenty of space out wide here. And that is out of play. Saliba with a fine tackle. Pass somewhat off target. Messi, who's chosen to go back.
Really got in his face there, and it was well played.
And it's made its way to him. And here's Berbatov. Knocks it into space. Has a look and plays it forward. Oh, they can break here. And it's Messi. Aims beyond the defence. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Davids. He's found a way through. There's the shot! Great build-up. It all deserved a better ending.
Davids has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
Teremos minuto de acréscimo.
Looking to play him in. And the first 45 minutes are up. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. Well, after 45 minutes, it is still goalless. A change, perhaps, after half-time.
Senhoras e senhores, não deixem de visitar nossa loja oficial, com souvenirs da partida de hoje já à venda. Substituição no time do Brasil. Camisa 47.
And we're underway again.
Vai ser substituído
Galatasaray
pelo
have been the
jogador
team that have had the lion's share of
camisa
possession and chances. Okay, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
Opts for safety. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Kakatani.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
Galatasaray come out this half somewhat altered.
Well, I think it's the perfect time to make a change.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Here comes the cross. Tchouaméni deals with that comfortably. Neymar has an approach to the game which is pretty much shoot on sight. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. And it's Batistuta. Ambitious ball here. Dink through. Brilliantly cut out. Nicely weighted ball, neatly clipped into space. That ball looks a good one. Saliba makes the interception. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Very few chances to talk of, Jim. Defence is, it seems, on top here.
Well, I think it's a fair reflection on what we've seen so far.
He's had a shot! They've scored! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
A 1-0 lead established.
Well, when the going gets tough, etc., they can still turn this round, I think. Brazil really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
He's having a shot!
They've got to be quick to recover this. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Roberto Carlos. Your impression so far, Jim?
I think the manager's pondering his options as to whether to stick or twist Peter in view of the time remaining. He might have a tough call to make now.
Roberto Carlos, just like so many of his contemporaries, is proving very good at driving forward. Played back.
They're really getting no time.
Goes for a shot!
Oh, good-looking ball. Now it's Kakatani. In the end, they found themselves penned in, nowhere to go. Tries to pass it through, and Berbatov! And that has skimmed the post.
Oh, he got lots of power behind that, just couldn't quite get it on target.
Busquets is there, and he can pick it up. Into the last quarter of an hour. Davids, looking for options for movement.
Galatasaray surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
Now that's a lovely exchange. And this is Berbatov.
Berbatov!
It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. He's a sharp little ball here. Galatasaray still ahead by the game's only goal. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Nicely aimed pass. And it's Zanetti.
Well, it's probably safe to say now, Peter, that it's going to be all about game management from here.
Now it's Berbatov. And the shot! Sticks it away! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. Expertly done.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done.